Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be showing you guys my top 5 soft plastic lures that I use every time that I go out. So if you want to find out, stay tuned. Alright, so first off is the Chitech Easyshine. Now I love this thing when, I'm searching for fish. I put it on like the back of a spinnerbait or something. Sometimes I just drop shot it. Sometimes I just pretty much throw it on a jig and just jig it off the bottom and it works. This color is the sungill. I don't know if I said that already or not, but that's all it is. The paddle tail there. Yeah, you can just throw it out there and just reel it back slowly. If you have it on a jig, you just jig it off the bottom. Works really, really well with smallmouth. If walleye is around, it works for walleye just as good. I've used this to catch walleye. I've used this to catch smallmouth, largemouth. Even like bluegills would chase this, guys. I'm telling you, this thing works. So if if you guys ever get around to getting the Easyshiner, is it? Yeah, the Easyshiner. You can't go wrong with this. GoPro stop recording. All right, guys. Second is Zoom. It's the double tail. Got one out of the bag already. So that's pretty much what it looks like. So there's a lot of action in this when you're fishing it. I usually throw it on, a jig trailer, or if I'm fishing spinner baits, I usually, put that on the trailer or trailer it with this. And the first way I've ever learned, because I've been fishing for a while, I just never posted it up, but this was the first lure that I started using as a child. And from my brother-in-law, he actually taught us how to use it. We would just Texas rig it, and we would just throw it out there, just jig it really, really lightly on top of that water, and we'd fish it top water. And with those, with these tails like that, it'll just swim right on top of the water, and we would get blow-ups like you wouldn't believe, guys. Like, you weren't able to throw it far, but fishing from shore, we would just throw it up along the grass line. If there's any grass out there, we just throw it up against the sideline and we would catch fish like left and right. It's a small profile, so every time they would go up for it, you're pretty much guaranteed a fish, or probably like 90% of the time. But they work. And they're, most of these lures that I'm going to be showing you guys, they're not expensive, so you can go out there and get some, for you and your kids. If you're going out there, doesn't matter, these are really versatile. Go for it. And third, I like using a Fluke, Super Fluke, Zoom Super Fluke. These are made from Kalins. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but this is what they look like. It's pretty much like a soft jerkbait. I like these more than the Zoom, just because the Zoom, their tails seem to not be like consistent when they're molded. So these ones, that plastic is a lot stiffer. It's not as soft. So for me, from my experience, they swim a lot better. Sometimes those Zoom, they have that like bend at the tail or something, and that just bothers me. I'm like OCD with that stuff or something. I don't know, but this is one of my favorite colors. Silver Ghost is what it's called. Mimics shiners, like little bait fish. And I always go to this, the first thing that I throw when I'm out there, because you can fish it fast, you can fish it slow, you can drop shot it, you can do a lot of stuff with this. I normally rig 2 on there, and and then I'll post a video of how I rig those. Learned it from Scott Martin, actually, how he rigged them up. But yeah, really, really deadly lure. And then I think this is the fourth, is a stick bait, and my favorite is the Gary Yamamoto. Why? Because the action in the water. There's some underwater footage out there if you guys are searching around. If you guys are, I'm pretty sure you guys landed on it. And these things work amazing, especially when they're finicky and they're lethargic. They don't want to eat. If you throw one of these out, you're golden. You're gonna catch a fish. I know a lot of people hate just because you're using this. They think that you're a noob, fishing this, but what are you gonna do when fish isn't biting and you go throw this thing around and you start catching fish? It's ridiculous, how much people use this. Like I'll go fishing in a spot or something and you look in the water, you look around, and when people are done, they throw their lures around, because they're bad or something. I don't know why people do that. When don't leave stuff laying around, just throw them away. Yeah, you'll be seeing sinkos everywhere, like everywhere, all over the ground, everywhere I go. I always see somebody hooking up a sinko, and after it's bad, they just throw it there. And that's a good way to know what people are using out, at your waters, is if you keep an eye open, you look at the ground, you see what people are using, what not to use and what to use. So, be mindful of that. And then last but not least is the Reaction Innovations. This is the Smalley Beaver, so it's the smaller version of the Sweet Beaver. It's the 3.5. This color is the black light. So pretty much, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell from the camera, but the bottom is black and then the top is like a purple. And then it has like blue flakes or purple flakes in there. But from my previous videos, if you guys seen it, this sure has been working for me so well on the Ned rig. I've been destroying them smallmouths with it. It's not really big. It's not a big profile either, so a smallmouth can pick it up. Even the small ones can pick it up. I've used the 4-inch ones, and for some reason the hookup ratio wasn't good. Just because I wasn't catching huge smallmouth. They were just probably like 12, 14 inches. So they weren't big. But this thing, there's not a lot of action to it, as you can see from the tail. You can split these apart. It'll add just a little bit of action, especially if you put it on a night rig. And when this lure comes down and it hits the ground, this tail actually opens up a little bit. And that seems to be getting the strikes, especially in that cold water, and the fish are being lethargic. Yeah, but this year, spring, I've been destroying fish with this, fishing off the bottom with, just a Ned rig. So if you guys are going out there and the fish are being lethargic and they don't want to eat, at dead action, it's more natural. If it's cold out there or something, you don't see fish, swimming all over the place. They're really slow, they're really lethargic, they don't want to eat. Throw something with dead action, and you're guaranteed to catch, fish. Alright guys, so those are my top 5 soft plastic lures that I bring with me everywhere that I go. They're, it's always been in my arsenal. I bring them everywhere. I always have a backpack that I bring around because I'm a shore fisherman. Even when I'm on my kayak or something, I always have them there with me, just because when times get tough, I could always go to those and catch fish.